My name is Eliot Jenkins, and I own and operate Greasy Beaks Fly Fishing back here on the North Shore of Massachusetts. I moved back here from Oregon 2 years ago to start a striped bass fly fishing guide service. It was something that I had learned back here. I had moved out to Oregon thinking I knew how to hold a fly rod, and what Oregon taught me was I didn't know anything. And I really was able to refine my skills out there. And when I moved back, I found that it paid big dividends. And I had just gotten tired of the same old summer steelhead program in the summertime, and I wanted to fish for wild fish in the ocean with a fly rod. And that's where my passion really laid, was, you know, coming back to my roots and fly fishing for these fish with a new set of skills that I had built. You know, at the end of the summer, I came back here and I found that instead of just having stripers and bluefish to fish for, we also had this fish in the fall that was highly elusive and a part of the tuna family and was readily available on the fly rod. And that's where the interest really came, was when I came back and started fishing for false albies in the fall.
I was looking for a woman to be good to me. I was with the other people and they had to eat. Couldn't go low, I didn't know my way. Don't know I'm on so I had to stay. Woke up in the morning with a job to do. 27 minutes got stuck in the queue. When no one didn't extend the line. So nothing to do, got stuck all the time.
So these fish don't really show themselves in the middle of the summer. Like I said, they're pelagics. They live offshore. And the only time that we really run into them in numbers back here is in the fall, and I would say that's early September they start showing up, maybe even late August a couple of them show up, but you can really start getting into them in mid-September through mid-October. And it's just a temperature change. You've got water that's been stagnant and hot down there at, you know, low 70s, and all of a sudden it's starting to drop, and that's what brings the bait, and with the bait come the albies. And it's a small window. It's a 3-week window, 4-week window, maybe more, but in those 3 to 4 weeks, it's one of the most consistent fisheries I fish. This past fall, we were down fishing in the Sound, and the albies were on a micro bait, and they were very difficult to catch that day. We had numerous shots at these fish. We were getting great casts into them. We were working the fly perfectly. Everything was perfect. It just wasn't happening. And about the 10th time into it, my girlfriend's dad took his rod and spiked it off the front of the deck in anger, and it just made me realize what a difficult fish these are, and what they do to people. They make you act crazy. They're similar to other fish in that. When I think of steelhead, or I think of, you know, tarpon, or I think of, you know, these fish that are super tough, and you log a lot of hours trying to get these fish. Albies are right there with them. Faster, 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 faster. Ooh, right behind you, Dave, back cast. Good shot. Strip, 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 you gotta move it. Oh, no! Fuck. They wanted it fast, didn't they? Nice big back cast here. Perfect. One more, let it fly. Good shot, good shot. You guys are both doubles up. Doubles up. Come on. Big feeds in here. Yeah. Strip, strip, strip. Move it, move it, move it. Come on. Come on. Oh.
My joints are like all locking up in my hands, dude.
A lot of times you'll see them and you'll be casting to them and you'll wonder, why aren't I getting these fish? What am I doing wrong with these fish? And you may not be doing anything wrong. They just can be bitches. And that's why so many people flock to this fishery, and why it can be such a zoo in the fall.
We just had to get on some happy fish, bro. Yeah, we got
crack that code, when you get everything lined up and you start getting that shred of confidence when you're casting to these fish, you're gonna hook a lot of fish. When they eat, it's one of the best feelings in the world. I've never heard my reel make the noise that has been heard coming from an albie run before. When you get a shot into them and you get tight, the feeling of accomplishment and elation and just everything coming together is second to none. They're super tough, and because they're not only tough to catch, but they're tough to the feel. They are a tuna. They're the fastest tuna in the tuna family, and they're also the most common tuna in the tuna family. But amazingly, as tough as these fish feel, they're actually extremely fragile. And you know, people that think they need to put them back in the water and swim them or revive them like a striper, they're not doing the fish any justice there. These fish are meant to be going through the water at high speeds. I like to just take them and tail drop them back into the water, and that's what I find is the best for mortality. The best time of the day to fish for these fish is in the middle of the day. If that sun is up and that tide's moving, it's a great time to fish for them. They love chop on the water. Having a day that's too glassy, too flat is not going to be good for these fish because they determine their bait so well that it's hard to fool them when you don't have some other things going on, whether it's wind or chop on the water. Those are all things that can add to your success out there. Having a rough day out on the water is actually one of the best prescriptions for catching these fish. I've had my best days ever when we've got a 2 to 3 to 4 foot sea out there and nobody else is on the water and the fish are feeding in the crest and the trough of the waves. I like what I do a lot. Like I said, I sleep in the truck, you know, 2 nights and then get a dumpy hotel the 3rd night just to clean up. But I get pretty crusty down there, and this is my favorite fishery of the summer, and there's no other fishery I like sharing with people more than this one.